Hey friends, welcome. My name is Molly and this is your Awaken and Prepare class. This will be 15 minutes long, perfect for morning time, kind of first thing you do, or pre-workout, pre-activity, because we're going to be doing a little bit more active mobility. So we're still gonna feel nice and open and mobile and fluid in our bodies, but approach it from more of an active standpoint and incorporate some stability and core too. I love these classes as a new mom because I only have 15 minutes, but they're just kind of well-rounded and help me feel prepared. But you don't have to be in that life stage to enjoy these. We're gonna get started on our backs. So lay on down. You can bring your feet out wide and your knees into touch in the center. Close your eyes, place your hands on your belly. And just spend about 3 breaths arriving into this space. Setting an intention for your class, or just tuning into your body for this class. Go ahead and blink your eyes open. We're gonna bring our knees up so that our shins are parallel to the sky and we have a 90-degree bend at our hip joint. So your core should be turned on a little bit here. If you want, you can roll a blanket underneath your low back. And then press your arms to the sky. Your palms are facing each other, fingertips are shooting upwards. And this is our nice prep for a dead bug pose. So if this is hard enough, you can just kind of hold here. It's a lot on the front core, on the hip flexors. And if you want to add the full variation of dead bug, we're going to lower our right thumb up overhead and our left heel towards the back of the mat. So we're straightening our left leg and our right arm overhead. Now, things to keep in mind here is that we're not arching, we're not rolling towards one side, we don't have any low back pain. So think about really hugging your core into the center, especially on an exhale. And then come back to center. We're gonna switch it out. So left thumb lowers overhead and right leg straightens so that your heel is just hovering above the mat. And hold for a few seconds and then come back to center. We're gonna do 1 breath per movement. Inhale to lower right thumb and left heel. Exhale to center. Inhale, lower left thumb and right heel. Exhale to center. Keep moving with your breath. Inhales will straighten, moving opposite limbs here. Exhales, think about engaging that core. Again, paying attention to how the back is feeling and that we're staying nice and stable. So really, you're locking your whole body as a unit. The only thing that's moving is your arm and leg at one time. Let's do 1 more on each side. Good. Go ahead and release. Shake it out if you need. And then meet me in a kneeling posture. If you'd like to sit up on a bolster or a pillow, that's totally fine. We're not gonna be here for too long. And you can tuck your toes or untuck them. I kind of like to tuck them to give the bottoms of my feet a little stretch because I feel like that gets neglected. And you can tuck your pinky toes under too. So we're facing the top of our mat or the back of our mat, doesn't really matter. Interlace your fingers on the back of your skull and then open your chest so that your elbows are pointing out to the side. Now from here, take an in-breath. Think about shooting your heart up to the sky. And exhale, we're gonna bring our elbows in towards the center as we pull our chin gently in towards our chest and round through the upper back. So this is kind of a cat-cow motion, but we're biasing it towards the upper back, the thoracic spine. So inhale to open your elbows, lift your heart up. Exhale, elbows tuck in, chin tucks in, and we round through the back body. Inhale to open. See if you can really buoy your heart up with your breath. Exhale, round, nice and slowly and gently. 2 more with your breath. Again, we can think about being really stable and sturdy from below the belly button, and anything above the belly button is getting some nice motion here. Last one, inhale, open to your thoracic cow pose. Exhale to your cat. Good. Walk your hands forward, walk your knees back and wide so that your toes come into touch, and we'll sink our hips back into a child's pose. From here, lower your left forearm and elbow to the mat and keep your right hand behind your back. We're gonna do an active kind of twist, thread the needle. So you're not gonna go as far as if we were totally kind of passively doing this pose, and that's okay, you're not supposed to. So on an inhale, we're gonna open our right elbow up to the sky. Think about grounding your right hip bone down. So right elbow and hip are moving in opposite directions. Your gaze can follow your right elbow if you want. And exhale, right elbow taps on the outside of your left. Inhale, open to the sky. Again, this can feel a little bit weird and a little bit tighter than usual. Exhale, right elbow down towards the mat in any capacity that works for you. So if you want to just tap it in front of your right knee, great. If you want to kind of cross the body towards the left, great. Whatever works for you. Inhale for 3. And exhale. 2 more, move with your breath. Lower body is locked in place. Last one here. And we'll switch it out. So lower your right elbow and forearm to the mat. I like to kind of diagonal it so that the right hand is really supported and helps with my balance. Left hand can palm the back of your head. Check your pelvis, check your hips. See that they're nice and even and locked in place. And then as you breathe in, peel your left shoulder, your left elbow open to the sky. And really ground down through your right forearm. Exhale, your left elbow can tap the mat anywhere, either in front of you or cross it over on the outside of the right forearm. Inhale to open. Exhale, twist down and across. Open for 3. And really don't forget about the breath here. Exhale, lower. See if you can exhale all the air out of your lungs. And on this next one, as you inhale, let the breath fill your rib cage and into the back body. Exhale to lower. Last one here. Good. Come back through center. Lift up your hips, and then you can turn to face the long edge of your mat, or if you're on a carpet, it doesn't really matter which way you're facing, but we're gonna find 90-90 with our legs. So that means we're gonna have a 90-degree angle, so perpendicular at our knee and our ankle and kind of at our hip here. And that goes for the front and the back leg. So this is a lot of external rotation for your right leg and internal rotation for your left leg. The internal rotation can feel definitely different, definitely like a motion we don't go into a lot. And then the external rotation is really good for kind of stretching out your hip. So from here, we're going to kind of pivot our body over our right knee. See how that might increase the sensation. You can take little pulses over to the right if that feels good. Good, and then we're gonna switch. You can use your hands back behind you for support if you want. If not, we're just gonna pivot our knees to the back left. So now we check our angles again, around 90 degrees on both legs-ish, doesn't have to be perfect. And then kind of pivot your body over the left knee. Take some pulses if you want. Notice if one side feels tighter. I feel tighter in the other way on my back leg because I notice we have patterns that we always sit in. I notice that I sit on the couch in a certain way every night, so I've been trying to kind of even that out because I'll always have my legs like this. And so now I try to switch it up and do that way every once in a while. So, all right, we're gonna bring it back the other way. Find your 90-90. Lean out over your right shin this time. And if you wanna use your fingertips down for support, you can, but we're gonna fold over your right shin. Feel a nice stretch. Breathe into the right hip, the back of your glute. Good, exhale, come back through center. Switch your knees. We're gonna drop them over to the left. Inhale for a tall spine. And then exhale, fold over your left shin. If you don't want to use the support of your arms, you don't have to. Good, inhale back through center. Exhale over to the right. This time I'm going to challenge you to not use your arms. We're going to do the same thing. Inhale for a tall spine. And then exhale, lean out over your right shin as much as you have control in. And you can dig your right pinky toe and your right outer shin into the mat. Exhale, push them down to lift yourself back up. And then swivel over the other way. Breathe in for some extension. Breathe out. Lower yourself as much as you can control without your hands. And hold here for a moment. And exhale, push through your left pinky toe and your left shin to lift yourself back up. Good, one more variation here. Bring your knees over to the other side. This time, plant your right hand on the outside of your right hip and sweep your left arm up and over. Find a nice side stretch. Breathe in to lift your heart up to the sky. And breathe out to stretch your left fingertips even further to the right. Inhale to open your heart up. Exhale, deepen your side stretch if you can, if you want. Good. Keep your legs where they are, come back through center, and then plant your left hand somewhere on the ground for support. Stretch your right fingertips up on an inhale, and exhale, side stretch the other way. Breathe in, think about pivoting your heart open again, and exhale, deepen the side stretch. Oh, it feels so good in the right side waist. Like down here on the other side, I get really tight there. One more breath in, and one more breath out. Good, we're gonna do that side stretch on the other side. Use your hands if you want. If not, go ahead and pivot your knees over. All right, ground down through your pelvis first. Bring your left fingertips on the outside of your left hip. Inhale, stretch tall with your right hand. Exhale for a side bend over to the left. Breathe in, open your heart up. Breathe out, maybe bend into your left elbow if that allows you to kind of deepen your side stretch. One more breath into your right lung, into the spaces between your right ribs. Exhale, deepen your side bend. Good, lift your body up so you're nice and stacked. Plant your right hand somewhere for support. And then we're gonna do the other side stretch. Left hand lifts up. Exhale, side bend over to the right. 2 full breaths here. This time think about puffing up your left lung and creating some space between each left rib. And the space between your left hip bone and your lower ribs. As you're finished, you can move through center. You can kind of shake out your legs in whatever way that feels good. I like to take a little windshield wiper maybe. And then we're gonna come to stand. Anywhere along your mat. Kind of step into your feet. Feel how your balance is today. And then shift your weight into your right foot. Lift your left knee up into your chest. This is some active hip flexion here. Excuse me. From here, your hands can be anywhere for balance, and we're gonna try to lift up onto our right toes, doing a single leg calf raise. So before we do that though, really kind of ground down through your big toe, your pinky toe. This is called your met head, this big blob below your toe. And then you can think about putting weight through the outside of the pinky, just to make sure we're not really like dumping into the inner arch. So left knee into chest. Make sure you have that nice stability through the right foot, and then lift up onto your right toes. Again, you can use something for balance if you need. Lower back down, lift up, lower down, lift up, lower down. 2 more. Strengthening and stretching your feet is something that's really neglected, but super important. Especially as we age too. It's good to work on balance. Okay, switch it out. Left foot is grounded. Find that nice kind of 3 to 4 point support underneath. And then bring your right knee into your chest. Finding that active hip flexion. Good. Use whatever you need for balance. Put your hands wherever you need them. And then we're gonna lift up onto our left toes as best as we can. Lower down. Lift up. Lower down. Go for 3 more. You might notice a little asymmetry. Maybe one side's easier than the other. I've broken my toe before, so I always find one side harder than the other, but good to work on. Good. Okay, shake out your legs. Check in with your body. Take 3 deep breaths. Close your eyes. I like to do inhales in through my nose and exhales out of my mouth with a sigh. Last breath in. Exhale, let it go. And just pay attention, see how you feel, hopefully a little bit more mobile, open, but in a very active and purposeful way. And hopefully you feel really prepared for your day, a little bit activated, awakened, etc. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.